Hello again, YouTube. Lovell, prior enlisted Marine, history buff, and just somebody who does a lot of research. And this is going to be one of those videos where I'm going to be pointing out some technology that personally has my attention once again, and this one is the Tactical Assault Light Operator suit. Currently, Army Research and Development is attempting to make it work, and it is basically a whole new suit of armor. Hey, we're going back to about the Middle Ages here, where you're going to be covered head to toe in armor. Only it's not like metal plate or chainmail armor. This armor is supposed to be a major upgrade. It actually, when they showed a CGI video of it, it actually kind of looked like a cross between an Iron Man suit and something from Halo 3. From the Halo franchise, I was like, in all honesty, I could honestly hear Master Chief's voice coming from the guy inside the suit. I mean, it was rather impressive. No energy shield, nuts. But the way they believe it'll work, it actually because of the way the armor works, it actually has a liquid built into it that actually hardens when something magnetic comes to it. So say this round was getting ready to penetrate my forearm here, like I just bashed somebody, I just upcredited somebody. The round is about to hit my forearm here, which is a very unlikely scenario, but we'll just roll with it. I just gave somebody an uppercut that would actually make the Toasty Man come up in Mortal Kombat. And somebody is about to shoot me right here. Well, that armor in that section actually hardens up to actually deflect that particular incoming projectile. And then it actually becomes a liquid again once the projectile is gone. So it would actually not inhibit anybody's movement, but it would actually be able to be reactive, effectively reactive armor for somebody to actually wear without it actually blowing up. Because reactive armor, that's rather a neat thing, but it's effectively countering an explosion with an explosion. So, but at least it doesn't do it that way. It does still react to the incoming projectile. And it's like, but it would also not inhibit any of your flexibility. It's like, even if a shot was to come and hit your finger, it would actually still harden up and deflect that shot. And for a brief second, you might not be able to move that finger. It's like, say it hit the ring finger here. Eventually I'd be able to move it again, but big deal. So as a result, the armor doesn't actually inhibit any of your ability to move. You don't lose articulation. It's like one of the problems that we have with the current Class 4 body armor is once you put the sappy plates in, you're a turtle. You get knocked down, you have to roll over onto your belly and push yourself up in order to get yourself up. You can't fight from your back very easily because you can't get off your back easily. So if you get knocked down in hand-to-hand combat, you've got to be able to fight from there really well. Or you're in trouble because if you try to get up, you're not going to be able to get up. It's like you'd have to roll over and you're dead before you get up. Because the other guy's going to take advantage of the fact that you just presented your back to him. He's got a ton of options, you don't now. But the suit, I call it TALOS. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. The Tactical Assault Light Operator suit. TALOS is what I'm calling it. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. But it actually has a full suit. I mean, even a helmet on it. I mean, seriously, it looks like it belongs to Master Chief. Only his visor's orange, yellow tinted, and this one was shown as black tinted. But it seriously, it is something to behold, and I can't wait to see what it does, because it would actually render our guys borderline immune to most projectile weapons. So, granted, if they're still hit directly with a 50 caliber, that's still gonna hurt. It's probably still gonna put them down. But even if it is expensive, like say it's $100,000 per suit to equip each one of our guys with that. Our life insurance policy while I was in service was $400,000 anytime you were in service at all, $500,000 if you're killed overseas. And I was like, even if it was $100,000, I mean, we lost 5,000 good people between Iraq and Afghanistan. 5,000 times 500,000, that's roughly $5 billion. Now, phew, yeah, that'd be more than enough to equip probably even an entire division. Yeah, it's like 1,000 times 100,000, that's 100 million. Times it times 5, so we're talking about 5,000 guys. And then you multiply it by 10 again, it's 50,000. Yeah, that's two divisions. Two divisions of guys based on the life insurance payout, and you could have two divisions of guys equipped with this suit. And you don't have to lose, and you don't lose nearly as many of them. Granted, like I said, if they take a hit from something big, like a 50 caliber or an RPG, a direct hit from either of these things is probably still going to leave a mark. But they're going to be borderline immune. And it's like, I really look forward to seeing when this thing is ready to rock and roll. It actually might be the reason why we'd have to go from projectile weapons, guns, to energy weapons, pew pew, lasers, because you have to get around that armor somehow. The day and age of knights in armor actually ended because of the crossbow, because it could actually move fast enough to penetrate the armor no matter how thick the armor was. I mean, the knight at that point was just too heavy to be able to effectively move in order to wear armor that was tough enough to stop a crossbow bolt. So the crossbow ended the day of the knight, not the gun. Granted, cannons did do a lot in the days of making castles actual fortifications. It's like most people look at castles and think of them as majestic things. I look at them as what they were at the time. They are murder machines. Whew. Everything about a castle was built to kill the enemy and make it so that way the defenders have every advantage possible, even the steps. And I was like, in all seriousness, the steps were a little quirky on purpose because the defenders would know the quirks of the steps and the people on the attack would not. So as a result, trying to climb up the steps inside of a castle while you're under attack, while you're attacking, is a lot more difficult than defending inside of the castle because you know the quirks of the steps. They thought of everything. And I mean, just about everything. So yeah, castles are murder machines. And that's how I see them. And I mean, that's part of the reason why an engineer's symbol is a castle. It was our direct predecessors that built these things, that designed and built the castles. It was combat engineers of old that used to do this. So, yeah, when the TALOS suit comes online, it would actually make it so that way our guys will be immune to everything up to a 12.7 millimeter, aka a 50 caliber round. And they just kind of look at you like how it was in Iron Man 1. My turn. And then all hell break loose. So, but yeah, it'd be nice, at least for the time being, to make it so that way our guys are immune to incoming enemy fire. Yeah, it's like it won't help us much with the Russia conflict, but it would be nice to make it so that way we won't lose 5,000 guys again because we screwed up Iraq and Afghanistan. Mark my words, before the end of my lifetime, we will be back there in both countries again. Because we screwed it up. Alright. But that's a topic for another day. I'll save that for an Ask Why or Explains Why video. But anyhow, TALOS actually stands to make it so that way we aren't filling coffins with our guys. It's like, and that seems to be a worthy investment to me, even if it just saves one of our guys' lives and doesn't cause any harm to any of our other guys. I don't see the problem here. But the thing is, it stands to save thousands of lives, if not tens of thousands, if we ever get involved in a major war again. And if you don't think a major war can happen, I will direct you to Ukraine. I will direct you to Taiwan. I will direct you to the Ryukyu Islands, including Okinawa, which, by the way, is the headquarters of 3rd Marine Division. I always wanted to go to Okinawa, but never got assigned to 3rd Marine Division. I spent most of my time with just about everybody else, it seemed. Hell, and maybe one day I'll be able to travel there. But anyhow, look up TALOS. I know you guys are probably have drool on your chin over method because mech. But I've been Lovell. You've been awesome. I decided to do this to see how you guys like to see a little bit more of a window into how I think. It's like the future technology. It's like, in all honesty, one of the things that I'm actually loving is something that's a current technology that was predicted about 30, 40 years ago. Yeah, it was like the late 80s when this stuff was right on top of us. Being able to control your whole house with a computer. Whew, I'll have a whole nother video about that. And that'll explain a little bit of my love of science fiction. Oh, but yeah, I've been Lovell. You guys have been awesome. You guys have yourself a good day now.